After I was diagnosed with delusional disorder, I kept seeing images of my wife cheating on me. My psychiatrist told me to avoid intimacy for a while. To ease the symptoms, I started sleeping in a separate room. 3 years later, a doctor told me I'd recovered. I went home to share the good news, only to find my wife tangled up with my closest friend on the living room couch. I assumed the delusions were back. As I turned toward the bedroom, my friend asked in a low, hoarse voice, "Does it get you off more, knowing Declan's right here? Aren't you afraid he'll file for divorce?" Sabrina laughed, contemptuous. "We'll tell him the delusions are back. It wouldn't be the first time." Standing a few feet away, I felt like I'd dropped through the ice. The sounds from the living room got louder. Every filthy word went into my chest like a needle. My first instinct was to run, and my foot caught a chair. The crash brought both their heads around. "When did you get home?" Sabrina asked it with a frown. I didn't answer her. I talked past her, to myself. It must be starting again. Otherwise Bree would never do something this shameless. She isn't that kind of woman. I said it, ignored the look on her face, and turned toward the bedroom. "I need my pills. It's getting worse." I was still muttering when I shut the door. The second it clicked, I slid down the back of it to the floor. My hand was still balled up in my pocket. My nails were buried in my palm. When I opened it, there were 4 little crescent cuts in the skin. For as long as we'd been married, Sabrina and I were the couple our friends held up as an example. After the diagnosis, she never left my side. I'd always believed marrying her was the luckiest thing that ever happened to me. Everett Sloan had been my closest friend for more than 20 years. He was also the psychiatrist treating me. I thought about the look on the other doctor's face after he finished the evaluation. No wonder it took him 2 appointments to tell me I could stop the medication. I picked up the bottle off the nightstand and dropped it into my bag. The noise outside started up again, in fits and starts. With no expression on my face, I ordered a set of indoor security cameras on my phone. Then I called a lawyer. The living room finally went quiet that night. The rain outside picked up until it was coming down hard. I sat by the window and let the water hit me. It was below freezing, and I couldn't feel the cold at all. Inside me there was just a wide, empty stretch where something used to be. I don't know how long it was before the door opened. Sabrina came in with her handbag on her arm, doing an impression of a woman who'd just gotten off work. I didn't turn around, and I didn't get up to meet her the way I always had. She didn't seem to notice. She changed, washed up, and came over to me. "Deck, what's wrong?" She asked it carefully, like she was afraid of setting me off. I looked back at her and said nothing. The calm on my face made her tense up immediately. "Deck, did you see something again?" "None of it's real. Let me get your pills." All that worry in her voice almost made me laugh. That act had fooled me for years. Looking at her closely now, I could see the mockery sitting underneath the concern in her eyes. When I didn't react, Sabrina turned straight for the medicine cabinet. "Don't. I'm fine." I hadn't spoken in so long that my voice came out rough. She studied me, suspicious. "Deck, don't try to tough it out. I'm not going anywhere." I shook my head. "I saw another doctor this afternoon." Sabrina's face changed on the spot. Anxiety crept into her voice. "What doctor? Why?" I turned the question back on her, like I didn't follow. What kind of doctor would I be seeing? She knew perfectly well that Everett had been with her all afternoon, but she recovered fast and rearranged her expression into something even more concerned. "I'm just worried about you. Why didn't you tell me you were going? I'd have taken the day off and gone with you. In your condition, what am I supposed to do if something happens while you're out there alone?" She looked entirely devoted to my well-being. That act had trained me to blame myself for years. I'd believed I wasn't good enough, that my illness had put her through hell, so I'd worked at being better to her, constantly. Now I understood the whole thing was a con. Something hot and furious came up through my chest. I held it down and kept my voice level. "He said there's nothing wrong with me." The sentence landed in her like a bomb. Her voice started to shake. "What did you say?"